What's good, party people? Today is day 31. Woo! Today's day 31. Yesterday was a nice day. Yesterday was a wonderful day. You feel me? We accomplished the goal. We accomplished the goal. You feel me? Day 30. So yeah, today is day 31. Today was a good day for me. Went to church, all that. For me, today was a good day. Spent time with my family. Laughed a lot. Laughed a lot, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my brother, you feel me? Be making me laugh. But today I wanna talk about like growth in a way, you feel me? Like so after yesterday, my planning for the next phase was that I wanted to be set, I wanted to be certain on what I want, you feel me, for the next phase of my life. Just what I want in general, you feel me? And with me being certain, I wanted to put it on paper. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be sure. Now, last year, when I was in initiation camp, you know what I'm saying? I made the list, you feel me? I made the list of what I wanted at that time. Some of the things I got them, others I didn't, and others I sort of did them, but I didn't. Thing is, it's tough to determine now, but that list that I made, I feel as if I've grown out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Even the job that I wanted. Last year, I was on LinkedIn and I saw a job opening to be a client advisor at Louis Vuitton. You feel me? And the headquarters were like 20 minutes away from me. So I was like, yo, this is perfect. Went on ChatGPT for me, made a resume and everything. Because I do have some sort of work experience, with people and clients and things of that nature. So in my mind, I was really set on like, you feel me? Following year, I'm gonna be in Louis Vuitton. I'm gonna be working client advisor. I saw the whole thing. I was even searching how much the salary is, what the base salary is, all that stuff. I was even on LinkedIn and I was busy linking up. I wasn't linking up, but I was like following people that are in the same field, that are doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, that was what I wanted last year. I never got an email back. You know what I'm saying? I only got an email that said, what's this? Oh, I just got a notification. Swipe. I just got an email. No, I just got an email that okay, your what's this? Your resume has like been checked or has been like inserted, so we'll hit you back up. They did not hit me back up, and and I think another time during the year, I think just through many times during this year, I would often look at that list that I made, and I'd be like, like this shit ain't accurate anymore, and I kept that note in my Bible. You know what I'm saying? I kept that note in my Bible because it meant a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? I kept that note in my Bible, and I put it like strategically next to. I put it in the book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 verse 2, because in there it talks about how if you're a person and if you have a vision or if there's something you want to achieve, write it down and make it plain, type of thing. So I put it there, closed my Bible, you feel me, and I held it there for forever, you feel me. I made it whilst I was in the bush, so it meant a lot, and I thought about it for real. But where I am now, like where I'm currently, like a lot of what I wrote there, like it doesn't align, it doesn't fit with me anymore. You feel me? Like, I don't need to be a client advisor at Louis Vuitton anymore. You know what I'm saying? I also wrote that I wanted an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but I have this Oppo. You feel me? This phone is fire for me. I really love this phone. Like, this phone is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? yeah, I think the other stuff I was writing about was about like relationships and stuff. I wanted things to be more certain. I wanted more self belief in myself. I also wrote that I wanted to create more. You know what I'm saying? And I did that. You know what I'm saying? Not the way that I thought I would, because last year I didn't imagine that this year would go the way that it did. You feel me? I didn't imagine that there'd be so many hurdles. You know what I'm saying? Because like in my mind, I'm like, yo, I haven't applied for uni. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't apply for uni. So I was like, you know what, man? The following year, which would be this year, I was like, yo, the following year, like, shit, I'm probably going to be home all the time. So I'm going to have all the time in the world to do all of these stuff, But, yo, shit went totally different, But, I always felt weird about it, I always held on to it. I always held on to that note that I made, that piece of paper that I made, because I was like, I felt as if it'd be wrong for me to pray about it, for me to include God, for me to make these goals so sacred, so personal, and then for me just to switch up, randomly, like, you know what I'm saying, just because I don't know, I don't feel it no more, So I was always like, hey man, maybe I should just hold on to it, even though like I don't, like a lot of things that are on here, they don't align with what I want, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was it. You feel me? That was that. Excuse me. And so I think yesterday and today I was really like, yo, I wanna make a new one. And yesterday I took a picture of it because like, yo, like I wanna remember this day for me, for the next note that I wanna make, I think the biggest thing that I put on that note, for me, the biggest thing that I put on that note was because when I was in the bush, when I was in initiation camp, there was a lot of I did a lot of thinking, and me and the people that I was around, you feel me, me and my other boys that were in there, I wanna feel comfortable. Me and my other friends, those niggas, I'm like them, they like extended family, they're like my brothers, you feel me? But me and them, we were in the same camp, so we went through all of that together. But basically, like, we were all together, you feel me, and we bonded, on a deep emotional level, and we'd often talk about what we want when we leave, you feel me, what we want out of life when we leave the camp, once we're men, what we want, and a lot of times we talk about our relationships, and I remember while I was in there, you feel me, I kind of said too much, you feel me, spoke about the crush that I had for years and years, you know what I'm saying, and I spoke about her a lot, and I told them like what she meant to me, you know what I'm saying, and they were like, yo bro, you should do something, like, you know what I'm saying, you should do something. So I was like, man, I put it in paper, for me, that I want to be with her and stuff like that. But then fast forward to now, I'm in a place where like I don't know, I don't need that shit. to for a lack of a better way of putting it, but I don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I think there were a lot of things that I knew, but I would just like push them off because, for me, I only saw her the way like my brain would see her. You know what I'm saying? And I did a lot of romanticizing, man. Oh my days. I just wanted the perfect Disney story. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted the perfect story. That was some High School Musical thing, you know what I'm saying? But as of late, like I've put myself in a place where I've made myself accept more. You know what I'm saying? I've made myself accept more, accept my circumstances, and see things for what they are. You know what I'm saying? And also to not put myself in a position where I chose to neglect, I chose to skip over certain things that I shouldn't have, and then in the end, you know what I'm saying, I get done dirty because I skipped over like the red flags, or I just went past the big traffic cone or the big stop sign. Gosh, what is going on? I think it's indigestion. I don't know. I just had a cup of coffee. You know what what I'm saying? And some beans on toast. Like, why am I acting like this? But you know, I also don't. I also didn't want to. I also don't want to put myself in a position where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm just so stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be stupid and stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's one thing to be stubborn, right, for something that's right, that's for you, but there's another thing to be stupid. You feel me? And I don't want to be stupid. You feel me? I didn't want to do that. You know, and I had to accept a lot. You know what I'm saying? I had to accept a lot. You know, I think one person. I think if there's a person that articulates what I mean, what I say, you know what I'm saying, what I think about, what I'm going through, you know what I'm saying, all these emails and shit, you feel me? I'll say it's Presley Riger or Riger. I think that's how you say his last name. But Presley Riger, we're the same person. Honestly, we're the same person. You know what I'm saying? The way his music is, man, the lyrics, they so simple, man, but they just so like, yeah, like, you know, like they're not like I don't know, like, you don't gotta jump through hoops to understand what he's saying, you know. And I resonate with what he says a lot. Like, I'm like, yes, you know what I'm saying. He has a song, it's called The Things, you feel me? Yo, that song is like, when I listen, I'm like, yo, like, yeah. He was saying, the things I do for you, you never doing for me. I'm like, yeah, you right. I think one of the songs that really hits for me, one of the songs I'm like, yo, you telling the truth, is Never Want Me Back. Yo, that song. How does it go? Hold on, give me a moment. How's it go? Wait, I'm trying to think. No, that's the wrong song. Wait, I'm trying to think. Come on. Never Want Me Back. I can't think of it. But you know, he helps me, like, he doesn't help me, but like what I think about, and like what I've faced, you know, he articulates it very well, thoroughly, through his music, you know. And I love his music. For me, I can't wait for him to drop an album. For me, I'm finna bum that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, you know, I think for me, like, with him in particular, like, you know, I don't know, like, I skipped a lot. I skip all the important things, you know. Like, I never thought about myself, you know what I'm saying? I never thought about myself. Like, I was never like, yo, Mas, does Shorty actually think about you the way you think about her? You know, I never seemed to ask myself that question. I always skipped over that. I'm like, you know, and I mean, and also no one else would suggest that to me. No one, like, if I talk about her, you feel me? Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a flirt. You know what I'm saying? I like to romanticize things. So obviously every time I would talk about her, you feel me, I'll just put her in good graces. Like, yo, she's this. Yo, like, she's so fire, she funny, she this, she that, she's amazing, like, yo, what, boom, you know what I'm saying? And everyone knew, like, yo, this nigga is feeding over that shorty, you know? But you know, the important thing I was missing was the reciprocation, you know what I'm saying? The two-way street, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough for me to rock with you, but like, yo, I gotta get that shit back, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not transactional, but it's the basis of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, who on earth would just give and not receive anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it was more so sort of like that, you feel me? You know, I mean, and that's tough to accept, you know what I'm saying? That's tough to accept. I don't know why it was tough to accept. You know, I still haven't figured out why it was tough to accept, but it was just tough to accept. I think why it was tough to accept was because, I think it just brought me to reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it just brought me to reality. It just made me understand, like, yo, nigga, this ain't a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not in charge of your own script. You feel me? That is a real human being. You feel me? That is a real human being. Shorty got her own mind. You feel me? You can't just force your way in there. You know what I'm saying? And it just, you know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, you're right. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me come to reality with a lot of things, you know. Yeah, I really did come to reality. You know, and now, like, I'm I'm getting better at like letting things go. You feel me? Letting people go as well. I'm really open. I'm really open to letting people go right now. Like I'm really open to it. You feel me? Like I think I've gotten to a point now, you know, especially after what happened with my best friend, you know, or what's still happening, you know. I think I've got to a point where like I can accept it, you know, like I'm not against it in a way. Like, how can I say this? I don't want to fight, you know. I don't want to fight. If you're not in the place where you want to give back, you know, like if you want this to stay a friendship, you know, but you don't put anything too into it, you know, and it's a thing of where if I don't call you, you don't call me. If I don't text you, we don't text. Like, you know, if it's a thing of that, then I don't want that. You feel me? And lately, I've been okay with that. You know, I've been okay with it being like, alright, man, like cool. You know, cool. It's cool. Like going through you, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. You know, because there's this thing in me where I'm like, yo, like as a person, as an individual, you know, you reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? You reap what you sow. You feel me? If you throw good out into the world, you feel me? If you lead with love, if you do all of these things, you know, if you just focus on being a good person, you feel me? Being genuine in every situation, you know, it'll come back to you. You feel me? It'll come back to you, you know. And there's this sort of trust that I have with myself, you know. This sort of thing in me where I'm like, I've reached a point where I'm not dependent on anyone, you know. I've detached myself from that thinking where I'm like, yo, I need you. Like, yo, you can't leave me. Like, I need you in my life. Like, I've detached from that and I'm like, okay, you're alright, cool. Should I help you with the bags? You need something over there. Like, I can. You want the keys too? Like, I give you the keys. You feel me? That's where I'm at now. You feel me? And I'm super grateful for it. You know, because for me, like, I don't know. I just know that there's more to life. I just know that there's more to life. You feel me? And me as an individual, like, I'm secure in myself. Like, I'm secure in my identity. You know, I'm secure in my beliefs. I'm just so secure. You know, like I'm not tripping off of that. You know, and it was tough to accept. You know, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of life. It's I think it's one of those things of me just outgrowing things. You know, me outgrowing the list that I made. You know, and like just accepting things, you know. And I think another thing that I've been like putting in my mind is the fact that like, yo, like somebody doesn't make you, you know? Like somebody doesn't make you, you know? Like you are you feel me? Like someone can't make you, you know, and someone can't break you as well, you feel me? When I say that someone can't make you like someone can't make you. I don't know how to explain it properly, but like someone can't make you, gang. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't believe that someone can make you, you know. And you shouldn't be dependent on anybody, you know. You should not be dependent on anybody for many things. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should be comfortable with inviting people in, you know, into your life, into whatever you got going on, you know, to your mental, to your health, all of these things, you know. You should be able to invite people, you know. You should be able to be open with people. However, I don't feel as if you should be dependent on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because there will come a day when that person won't be available. There'll come a day where that person's intensity, that person's passion, or just what you expect to receive from the person. There'll come a day where it's gonna be an off day for me. They'll have a slow day at the office, and you will as well. It's one of the, it's probably like a small insight to why you shouldn't be dependent on somebody, but it's one of the biggest things that you shouldn't be dependent on somebody. You should be comfortable and secure from within. You know what I'm saying? You should be like, whether you are or aren't in my life, I'ma be alright. You feel me? The sun's gonna rise, the sun's gonna go down, the moon's gonna come up, the moon's gonna go down. You feel me? The wind's gonna blow. You feel me? The cars are gonna go. Life is gonna move on. I saw something on TikTok that says, "Burn bridges and move on." It's like, whoa! You know what all of these business people say, never burn bridges, never. But when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, she looked kind of right, because I've been burning bridges. Yo, I'm just thinking of that Drake song, man. I put you niggas through the ringer. Getting body back. Yo, yeah, I'm wildin'. But I think with that as well is like, sometimes the soft route isn't the best route. Sometimes you don't need to do that, especially when it's you involved. Like, if it's you involved and this is about you and your life and your well-being, sometimes I don't think you should be considerate, and I say that in the most respectful way. Like, I don't think you should be considerate, for a lot of stuff. If it goes beyond your beliefs, if it goes beyond your means, if it just takes you out of a place where it just goes against everything that you believe and everything that you're comfortable with, I don't think you should be doing it. For me, I don't think you should be falling for it, and I try my best not to contradict myself, you know what I'm saying, because I do feel strongly about not depending on someone, however, I still wanna, you feel me, hang out with somebody, I still wanna go on a date with somebody, I still wanna do those things, but I don't know. I don't think that makes me dependent on them. I think it just makes me like, I just want a good time. You feel me? I don't know. I have this thing in my mind. Like, I have this thing of how I want to end the year. You know what I'm saying? I have this thing. Like, like, there's a lot of chapters that I want to close in my life. Yeah, there's a lot of chapters that I want to close. I don't want to close all of them in the best way. You know what I'm saying? I want to close all of them in the best way. And I want to grow. I want to grow. Growth is what I need. Growth is important. And yeah, I'm just. It kind of sounds harsh, but I'm excited to close chapters in my life. With various people. Because there was a day where how many minutes we had? We had 23 minutes. I don't think 20 minutes is bad. But there was a day where I was like, yo, like, I don't be doing nothing. You feel me? I don't be doing nothing. I don't be going out. I don't be partying. I don't be clubbing. I don't have a feel for the club. You feel me? I don't mean to offend nobody, but the club is kind of lame. Yeah, it's kind of lame. I won't lie, it's kind of lame. To spend my money, to stand there, look at another person or whatever, do their thing, and I'm spending all of this money. And then, nah, to me the club is kind of lame for me, I guess if it depends, like, if you want to do it with your friends every once in a while, or when there's an event, I'm more of an event type of person, like, if it's a one-time thing, like, if this DJ from Paris is coming, okay, let's go, you feel me? That's me, I don't like the every weekend, like, yo, what are we doing every weekend? Like, don't you get tired? Because some of these are going to play the same shit. Imagine you go 3 weekends straight and it's the same set. Nah, there's no ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm not much of a fan of that. I like things to be spiced up. And I think I like day events more. You feel me? I think I like day events. I want to go to a jazz club, man. I want to go to a jazz club so badly. I think I'll need a car or something. Maybe just a trusted adult. I don't know. You feel me? But I really want to go to a jazz club. There's so many things that I want to do, man. Especially this year. There's so many things that I want to do, but I be holding myself back from a lot of it because, number one, my age. You know what I'm saying? 19. the relationship that I have with my parents, as well as me like just selling myself short, like, nah, nigga, you too young to be doing this, you too, I just be excluding myself prematurely from a lot of cool experiences that could be happening, and I want to stop doing that for me, and like, and there's so much I want to do with people, the people that I still care about, you know what I'm saying. I'll be honest, I don't know how to feel about my friend, you know what I'm saying, my dear best friend, I don't know how to feel about him, you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's still early. I think it's still early doors, but I think he's gonna be head over heels for this girl of his. This one that's not gonna bring any benefit to his life, unfortunately. I think he's still gonna be head over heels with her. And I stand by what I'm saying. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I take it on the chest. Alright, cool. I was wrong, but I feel and I know that I don't know. It could be better shit. You could be doing better, but hey, man, none of that. But if I can't do it with them, you feel me? I at least want to do it with one person. You feel me? I just want to do it with one person. You feel me? One person that will let me be careful. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be like, only this one individual will fulfill me. But honestly, if I'm being honest, like, I don't know. I think so, because all of my boys are gone. You know what I'm saying? All of my boys are gone. I don't even know how how the end of the year is gonna look. I think most of them, they're gonna come back, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? I think most of them are gonna come back and maybe we'll link up. But that guy's still gonna do the same shit. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a hater, but he's still gonna be doing the same shit. So in that, like, I at least hope that I can at least do something with that one individual. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that nigga needs to talk to me, bro. It's just been affecting me. Like, I don't know. It's so. Let me shut up. But yeah, I wanna at least do something with that person. I don't want to do like multiple things, because why not? For me, I deserve it. For me, we deserve it. But yeah, I think that's all for today. Because if I don't know, if I speak more, I think I'm just gonna dabble into a totally different topic, that I don't feel as if I should be doing. But yeah, I should probably just, I really want a bike. I really want a bicycle. Because I've gotten a bit more comfortable, just quoting myself, you feel me? And like, there's so many songs that I want to make videos to, so yeah, I think I should get a bike. But yeah, that's been today. That's been day 31, you feel me? Today was about outgrowing certain things, being okay with outgrowing things and outgrowing people, outgrowing circumstances, and outgrowing goals and set standards that you made in the past that you don't really rock with or that you've achieved. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that it's always best to get to a place where you are secure in yourself, where you're in a place where you can accept things happening around you, where you're not dependent on an individual, you know what I'm saying, where you don't feel as if you're nothing without a person. I beg, if you ever feel like that, please call your nearest type man, okay? Please, you know what I'm saying, that's just not healthy. But yes, that's been day 31, you feel me? I hope y'all enjoyed. I always be saying y'all as if there's a lot of y'all, as if there's multiple, I think I'm just speaking it. I'm just speaking life, y'all. You feel me? Y'all might not be around here right now. You feel me? You might not be around here. I don't know in the coming days, but trust in the future, y'all finna be around here. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come back to these videos. I know you got to. I know I'm gonna be in a place where people are gonna want to get to know me and stuff like that. Me as a personality or whatever. And I know they're gonna be like, yo, nigga, where should we start? Yo, go back, nigga. At least now YouTube, they have this section was like oldest and popular. Fuck the popular thing, bro. You wanna know me? Yo, bro, go to the oldest thing, fam. You don't even have to watch the whole thing. Just about to experience, maybe make something to eat. You fast forward, you're good. But yeah, man, that's been day 31, I hope y'all are staying safe. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're drinking your water. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're leading with love. I hope you're taking care of yourself, I hope you're being dependent on yourself, you feel me? And I hope that you find love within yourself, and that you believe in a higher power, you feel me? And that you're grateful for every day. You know what I'm saying? I believe in Jesus Christ, he makes my life a lot better, reading the Bible and things like that, it's made me a lot better, but I've also had to do the work, I've also had to choose to be better, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, right? Let me say this, right? One thing about God, one thing about Jesus, right? And I've been feeling this on my heart. For me, I've been feeling this on my heart because a lot of us get a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? You see me. I'm cool. For me, I'm a chill dude. I'm mellow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm mellow. If you don't know, if you know, you know. But I'm mellow. I'm a cool dude. I like cool things, Like if you've seen a bunch of these videos, you can tell that I'm a bit niche. You know what I'm saying? Now, to what I'm saying, I'm a end soon, but to what I'm saying, Jesus is not lame, alright? Following God is not lame. You feel me? If you ever come across somebody that says that they love God, that says they love Jesus Christ, and they lame, right? That's them. That's not Jesus. Jesus don't make you lame. If you a lame nigga, you's a lame nigga. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of lame niggas everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So please, I beg, let's stop, you know what I'm saying, putting all of this on Jesus Christ. He ain't do nothing. He died for us. He loves us. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing. You see? Them lame niggas over there, they lame because they lame. Some niggas are just lame. You know what I'm saying? And I had to come to terms with that. I had to come to terms with that. Because trying to find my feet, you know what I'm saying, in the church that I go to, trying to find my feet just in life in general, you feel me? A lot of times I'll come across a lot of lame people, a lot of lame niggas, and they believe in God. And I'm like, yo, how do you believe in God and you lame? And unfortunately, I would say, I would be like, yo, God is lame too. No, God ain't lame. It's that nigga. That nigga's lame. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to look at people for who they are. You feel me? Not for what they believe in, but for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Because as Christians, we are called to bear fruit. We are called to be different type of people. So, if you ever come across someone who claims that they're Christian and they're a dickhead, they're a dickhead. God ain't had nothing to do with that. You feel me? If you come across a Christian that's a dickhead, it's because you're not connected. You feel me? But if you come across somebody that's loving, warm, kind, just know they connected. But if you ever come across a lame nigga, they're lame by themselves. Please, I beg you. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been getting a bad rep lately. Alright? I've been getting a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, people are like, you're Christian? What? You're not lame? Exactly. Some niggas are just lame. And worse, you see it in the church. But I digress. You guys have a wonderful day. Alright? Deuces.